Hey guys, welcome. This is Nicole and Lewis.
Lewis, a
What
special
guest. We wanted to talk today about what we look for as clients when we go to hire them. So there's a lot of
Wait, we go to hire them?
we do.
Oh,
So it's a
interesting.
two-way street. We're always talking about what we're looking for as far as like how to find the sellers that we're looking for and that kind of thing. But on the flip side of that, do we take and work with every client that comes across our path or our desk?
Well, certainly not. I mean, you can't work with every single seller and every single buyer.
Right.
You have to know that there's motivation there. I think that goes on both sides of the equation.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, on the buyer side, there's different things you look for than the listing side. But clearly, motivation. Do you have to be there in a certain time frame? Pricing. Are you willing to price it fair to the market so we can attract buyers to make an offer? Are you willing to take constructive criticism on prepping the house before it goes up for sale? Another one, are you willing to negotiate when we bring you an offer? If we bring you a reasonable offer, say within 2 to 3% of your list price,
Right.
are you willing to work with us?
So when we get called, or you get called, because I work primarily the buyer side of the business and you work with the
Listing
listing
side,
side. So when we get called on a listing and you got to take it, what's going to make you go, yes, we're going to, so you're sitting at the table with them. What makes it to where you're like, yeah, we can help you sell your house? Because it's also not something that we're not looking to just put a bunch of signs in the yard and then that doesn't help us with our goals either, because our goal is to help sell real estate and not just have signs out there.
We want to sell upwards of 80 or 85% of the houses that we list, and if we can't accomplish
Help you,
that goal
right.
and help you, we're letting you down. So I always tell folks, I'd rather let you down now than let you down later and shoot you straight from the beginning. And I think a lot of people respect that ultimately at the end of the day. We're coming over to consult with you. You're going to interview us. We're going to interview you. And if everything matches up at the end of the conversation, we're going to go into business together.
Right.
Yeah. So what do you look for in buyers that you work with? Because that's a different
Oh,
end
thank
of
you
the.
for asking.
There you go. Bring you on into the conversation a little bit.
So same for me. There's got to be, we call it like the raw buyer, right? So ready, able, and willing, because those are three completely different things. So if you're ready, which means having, first of all, the need and the desire, because buying process, just like selling, you have to be in a certain mindset and the state in your place in your life where you're ready to do that, because you don't just happen over buying your house. It's not like
you're going to drop $200,000 or $300,000 on a house.
Yeah.
It's a big decision.
You don't just fall into selling your house or like, oh, look at me, I just bought a house. It's a decision that has to be clearly made. So you have to be ready for it. Able, that is the biggest thing for me, because a lot of people are wanting to buy a house and they're ready to, they're just not able to because of financing. And there's so many different layers on the financing aspect. So I like to take a lot of time up front before we even start looking at houses, because the biggest letdown that I have is showing you the house that you're like falling in love with and your kids have picked out their rooms and everything is great, and then you go to get financed and that's not, the house isn't there for you, which that really never has happened, because I have not taken a buyer out who is not pre-approved. And not only am I doing that to protect myself, because a lot of times I hear that like I'm just worried about the commission or about making the sale, which is not true.
Of the case.
Right. It's not true.
Right.
Is why would I waste your time and get you involved and all this emotion?
Get you so excited, and then we find out you can't buy.
Really, what's the point? I mean, really, it's like window shopping for something that you're just never, like, that's just no point. Also, looking at it from the seller side, I don't want to take a buyer into a house and they're like all excited,
buyers, ready,
waiting for.
and able.
Yeah, if you're not able to buy the house, why am I going to take you to the house? So I want to help you get there. And it's not that if you're not pre-approved today that we can't help you get there. We help you work on that too. And then the willing, are you willing to buy? A lot of times we'll have these buyers who are, pre-approved for a certain amount of money and they want to lowball all these offers. And so it's a matter of, if you want the house, we're not just going to write offers. We're not here to just dabble. We're here to help you.
The seller's pricing it there because they want an offer within that
Absolutely.
reasonable, within 3 to 5% of that list price, and the buyer's going to have to be willing to come within that reasonable number if they're going to put a deal together, make it a win-win for both parties.
Yeah, I also look for trust in a buyer. I know that sometimes I don't know them all. A lot of times it's some family and friends that I work with, but if I don't know you, the amount of trust that you should or can have in me is a big deal, because I have a short window, I guess, to prove to you. Yes, my track record is there and I can show you how many houses I've sold, but you letting me do my job and letting me actually guide you is a big deal. Because if I went into your market or your whatever you do as a job and I'm trying to tell you how to do your job and not letting you, or kind of always like putting up these obstacles and challenges when I'm just trying to help you, or I guess, so it would be a trust thing where you trust me to get you to the end game. You tell me what you want from the end game of this relationship and I will get you there, as long as you kind of step back and let me take charge of that, because it's really what I'm good at. It's the part of it that
So that's the type of people we're looking for to work with on the seller
raw,
side,
trustworthy,
the buyer side,
yep, even
and
on
willing.
the seller side.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So how are we going to wrap this up?
That's it. If you're ready, able, and willing to buy a house, if you're looking to do real estate, we will set up an interview with you and see if we're going to swipe right, swipe left on our relationship and make it happen as far as real estate transactions, because our goals are the same, to get you guys in or out of a house.
Well, very cool. This is the first husband and wife duo here, so we're excited to bring it to you. If you're interested at all in real estate, look us up. This is Nicole Lazzie, Williams, and Lewis Williams. 985-237-0712, or always private message us on Facebook. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.